John Bones Jones and Daniel Fat Man Cormier 2 was a UFC light heavyweight championship bout that took place on July 29th, 2017, which was also the main event on UFC 214. Now, the two previously met at UFC 182 in January 2015. Jones won via unanimous decision, and it was a very entertaining fight from start to finish. Anyone could really took that fight, but I think John Jones won, and also the judges thought John Jones won that first fight. Everybody's been waiting for the rematch, but there have been some bumps in the road after John Jones won the first one. He was stripped of the title and suspended in connection with a hit and run. Quote unquote, he was under the influence of cocaine during the incident. Then there was also a rematch expected to take place on UFC 197. But Daniel Cormier pulled out 3 weeks before the event due to injury. Then there was another fight. But John Jones had been pulled out of the fight by the USADA due to a potential anti-doping policy violation. A sample was collected and it came positive for a substance that was banned. So John Jones got suspended for 1 year. So we couldn't see the rematch. Now, to conclude the history of these two fighters and why the rematch never happened, we're going to get right to this fight that happened yesterday. To conclude the history again, we're going to skip right to the fight that happened yesterday. Now, the first round was interesting. John Jones won the first round, according to everybody. Daniel Cormier won that second round. I must admit, as a John Jones fan, Daniel Cormier won the second round. He kept hitting John Jones. Kept hitting him, knocking his head back with jabs, hooks, kept hitting him to the third round. I think the third round was evenly matched with both fighters until John Jones hit Daniel Cormier with a head kick. He hit him with a head kick that sent Daniel Cormier backpedaling to recover, but John Jones, he followed up with a quick leg sweep. After the leg kick that went Daniel Cormier right to the ground, John Bones Jones got on top of him. And he kept punching him till the TKO was granted by the ref. And John Jones' hand was raised to win the performance of the night. Now we're going to break down this fight, but before we do that, listen to what Cormier had to say. Now, Cormier was a lame. He was a champion. But in nobody's eyes, they really didn't respect him. At his press conference fights, he was getting booed by fans at his press conference fights. Even at his fights, he was getting booed by fans while he was a champion. Now, this whole time, John Jones was either suspended or he was either recovering to get back to the UFC. While that was happening, Daniel Cormier was the champion, but he wasn't a love champion. After people seeing that interview, seeing him crying, as you hear the crowd in the background, they gave a standing ovation. That was the loudest I ever heard people cheer for Cormier. But Cormier really was a champion. We really need to appreciate this man. As an ex-champion, me, myself, thought he was just a lame, like everybody else. He's an ex-Olympian that came the lightweight UFC champion of the world, Craig. He's a great father. We need to congratulate Cormier on his hard work. Unfortunately, us as humans, we strive to be great. We strive to, to capture things we want in life. It could be either that job, the promotion, or that new vehicle that we want. Unfortunately, what Daniel Cormier wanted mostly was to be John Jones. And his life, his work, is exploited on everybody, is exploited on national television. We are able to see his downfall. Unless, like us people, we are in the comfort of our home. If we don't get promoted, we go back to our wife, our children, and we're just sad. But Daniel Cormier, his accomplishments is on TV. His non-accomplishments is on TV. This is your host with the most, the NBA guru himself that talks nothing but all sports. Now, people, if you want to watch the fight, the link is in the description below. My black ass is not getting copyrighted. I'm out.